Has Facebook decided that your Facebook group is dead? If so, you're not alone. Check this out. I'm over here in the list of groups that I belong to, and take a look. This group hasn't been active for over a year. This one's 13 weeks. This one a year ago. This one 12 weeks. You can see there are so many groups on Facebook that haven't been active. No members commenting, no one engaging for weeks or months or years. And to Facebook, these groups are dead. They're not going to grow. No one's going to see the posts that happen in those groups. And those groups certainly aren't going to make any money for the owners of those groups. And if that's you, if you've got a Facebook group that's dead or dying or isn't making any money, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Facebook wants you to do to turn your group around so that it becomes highly engaged and highly profitable. And the really cool thing is the strategy you're about to see that works inside Facebook groups that could be dead or dying, it also works very well for brand new Facebook groups. So if you have a Facebook group and you want to earn money from your Facebook group, this video is for you. Let's dive in. A few years ago, it seems like everyone was starting a Facebook group. It was the hot marketing strategy that was supposed to make it easy to earn money on Facebook. But then this happened. Let me show you this group here. This is one of the groups I belong to. It says this group is closing. A lot of Facebook groups started to close because the admins of those groups found that it was too much work for too little return. They weren't getting the engagement they were looking for. They weren't getting the leads they were looking for, and they certainly weren't making the sales that they were looking to make through those Facebook groups. And this is a shame because groups like this one right here could have thrived. They could have been ultra profitable, but the owners of these groups simply didn't know the steps that they needed to follow to make their Facebook groups truly profitable. And the same is true for you. If you've got a Facebook group and it's an old group and it seems like it's been dying, or you're starting a new group and you want to make it profitable, you want to get sales from your group, it's easy to do. You simply need to follow the right steps. And that's what we're going to look at today, the 3 steps that every single Facebook group owner must follow if you want to make money from your Facebook group. So step number 1 is to understand the purpose of your Facebook group. And there are really 2 purposes of having a Facebook group. The first is to identify your hottest leads. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go over to my profile here, and you'll see that down here I'm actually looking at the list of friends that I have through my personal profile. And I've got about 5,000 friends, which is the maximum number of friends that any profile can have on Facebook. Some people will take a look at this and say, wow, why do I need a Facebook group? Why don't I just get 5,000 friends and use this as my list of leads? And we'll answer that question in a second, but I want to show you another place that you can get leads on your personal profile. Over here, we're taking a look at my list of followers. And Facebook now allows your personal profile to have unlimited followers. Assuming you've turned Facebook professional mode on, you can have thousands and thousands of followers, as I do. I've got about 10,000 followers here. Again, this begs the question, well, why do you need a Facebook group if you can have 5,000 friends and unlimited followers? Why don't you just use that as your audience and sell from there? And the answer is because these people, your friends and your followers, it can be difficult to identify how hot of a lead are they actually? Are they actually interested in whatever it is that you're offering through your business, whatever product or service you're selling? It's hard to identify who's hot and who's not. Contrast that with members of your Facebook group. I'm going to show you a post that I made on my personal profile. Let's take a look. It says, new Facebook strategy, how to nurture leads without DMs or booking calls. It's free and works so well, want to see. And you can see that this post on my personal profile has 543 comments. And these are people who are saying, yes, I want this strategy. Yes, I want to learn more. Yes, I want help nurturing my leads on Facebook. So these are people who are interested in the types of products and services I have to offer. Now let's take a look at how I respond to these people. You can see Tracy here. She says, yes, please. And I came back to her and I said, Tracy, happy to share. Have you seen this? Let's click on this link. And I sent Tracy a link and it takes her over to this post inside my Facebook group called Audience and Influence. And you can see this post here. It says expert lead nurturing. It's a strategy where my wife and I did an hour-long training explaining the strategy that I had teased out in that post on my personal profile. Well, why do I show you all this? Let's go back and take a look at this post that we first looked at. Going back here to Tracy. When Tracy raises her hand and says, yes, I'm interested in this, she clearly is a lead. And the same thing is true for you. When you have people who engage on your personal profile content, they're saying, yes, I'm interested. That's saying they are probably a little bit of a hotter lead than someone who maybe doesn't engage with any of your content at all. And then to take this a step further, when I drop this link to Tracy saying, you can go get this thing, you just need to go and join my Facebook group. When Tracy says, thank you, and goes and joins the Facebook group, what does that suggest about how hot of a lead she is? You get it, right? She's a lot hotter of a lead than someone who just sees your post on your personal profile and engages. She's a lot hotter of a lead than someone who sees your content on your personal profile and gives it a like or maybe doesn't engage at all. So the first function of your Facebook group is to identify who are your really hot leads, who's really interested in buying from you. And then the second purpose of your Facebook group is to take those hot leads who have already gone out of their way to join your Facebook group, thus showing that they're a really hot lead, to take those leads and nurture them faster. I'm gonna show you something really cool here. I'm gonna go over to my personal profile. You'll see here, it's in my professional dashboard. You'll have this if you have professional mode turned on. And if you go down to your profile, you're gonna see what's called your profile overview. And you can see that this is listed for the last 28 days of the content that I've created on my personal profile. And let's go take a look at this. We're gonna look at reach. This is how many people have been reached with your content. So they've seen your posts on your personal profile. And you can see that my posts on my personal profile have reached about 10,000 people in the last 28 days. Okay, that's great. That's gonna help nurture those leads, but let's go take a look inside my Facebook group. So again, this is over inside. You can see here my audience and influence Facebook group, the group where I sent Tracy that lead we looked at a second ago. And over here, I'm taking a look at my posts from the last 28 days. Now, this is really interesting. Let's just take a look at the first couple of posts here. This post reached just over 3,000 people. This post reached another 1,000, about 500, 600, 600. If I took the first maybe 4 or 5 or 6, 7 posts here and added up the reach of just those few posts, the reach from these few posts is going to be higher than the reach from all of my content over the last 28 days over on my personal profile. So you can see how by having a Facebook group, you're building up a second audience, a second place where your leads can be nurtured. They're still going to see your personal profile content if they're friends with you or a follower of yours, but they're also going to see the content you're posting inside your Facebook group, which allows you to nurture those leads, preparing them to buy from you a whole lot faster than if you didn't have a Facebook group. So that's number one, understanding the purpose of your Facebook group. It's to identify who your best leads are, and it's to nurture those leads faster. Second, let's talk about the content for your group. This is a very common question. What should I be posting inside my Facebook group? And if your Facebook group is dead or your Facebook group feels like it's dying, chances are you just weren't sure what to be posting inside your Facebook group. This is very important. What you post on your personal profile cannot be the same content as you post inside your Facebook group. If your public content that goes on your profile is the exact same as what you deliver inside your Facebook group, why would anyone want to join here? Why would anyone go through the steps of joining your Facebook group when they can get the exact same thing for free publicly? They wouldn't. The content in your Facebook group has to be different. I'm going to show you an example here. Here's an example of that training that we looked at earlier. Remember the post that I put on my personal profile that Tracy responded to and said, yes, I want it? Well, here's that training. This training is over an hour long. It delivers a ton of value, all about nurturing leads on Facebook. And this training can't be found anywhere else. It's only available inside this Facebook group, which gives my leads incentive to join that group and be active in the group because they're getting exclusive content. The same is true for you. If you've got a Facebook group, you have to be posting different content inside that group. But it's not enough just to post different pieces of content inside your Facebook group. The nature of those posts need to be different as well. I'll show you what I mean. Here's an example of the type of post that I put on my profile. So on my personal Facebook profile, here's a reel that gives about 1 minute of value. So it tells something very quickly, something that offers a little bit of value to my public followers or my Facebook friends. It's short, it's to the point, it gives a little bit of value. Now, let's contrast that with the type of content that should go inside your Facebook group. Here's another example, like the one that we just looked at, of a post, a piece of content inside my Facebook group. You can see this one's called 3 New Facebook Funnels for Warming Up Cold Leads and Getting Them to Buy. And when we scroll down here, you'll see, again, this is about an hour-long training that's complete with all sorts of downloads and templates that will help members of this group do exactly what it says here, warming up cold leads and getting them to buy. So the content that's going on your profile is like this, little tidbits of content that show you have real value to offer, that get people excited about going deeper with you. But then where do you go deeper? You go deeper with them inside your Facebook group. And this is really advantageous because when you start going deeper with your leads inside your Facebook group, they understand that that's the place to hang out. They're going to engage with your content there because they understand that that's where they get the most help for their life, for their business, or whatever it is that you're providing for them inside your Facebook group. In addition to that, it's also going to start to build a community, which is the intention of Facebook groups. Let me show you an example of what I mean here. Going down and taking a look at the comment section of this live video training, you can see that there's 648 comments. And we scroll down here, you'll see that people are asking questions. They're talking about all sorts of things. They're answering each other's questions. There's a lot of back and forth dialogue here. This sort of engagement would never happen on a post on a personal profile. And that's simply because of the nature of posts that go on your public profile. It's public. People are less inclined to comment, to have conversation, to engage on posts that anyone can see. And that makes sense. There's maybe a little bit of self-consciousness about what we might say publicly. However, when we go into a group like this post here, and it's now private, not everyone in the world can see this, well, now it opens people up and gives them a sense of freedom to comment, to engage, to become part of the conversation, to build relationships, to dialogue back and forth with each other. And that's exactly what you want in your Facebook group. Members who are having real conversation because of the unique in-depth content that you're posting exclusively in this private community. So that explains step number 2, the type of content that you need to be creating inside your Facebook group in order to really turn that into a money-making machine. Now, step number 3, let's talk about this. How do you actually make money? What's the strategy for your group? Here's the strategy. The strategy is to use the tools that Facebook gives you to run your Facebook group effectively, and then to turn those tools into sales. Let me show you a couple examples. Here's one example of a tool that Facebook gives you only in your Facebook group. When people request to join your Facebook group, you can put them through these membership questions. And if you already have a Facebook group, you've probably done this. You've probably come over here to the membership questions and established your questions. You can ask 3 questions that force your group members to share a little bit more information about who they are and what they need help with. And when they do this, this is helping solidify your relationship. You now understand a little bit more about them. You're finding out more about these hot leads so that you can strike up conversations with them about their needs. That's one example. Let me show you another example. Another example of a tool that Facebook gives us only inside groups is the ability to poll your audience. You can poll the members of your group. So in this example, you can see it says, your input please. How confident are you in your program? And so this is talking to people who sell online programs, online coaching courses, things of those nature. And you can see that the vast majority of people, 61% of people said, somewhat confident, I have some things figured out, but no, my program could be improved. This is very valuable information for me. It tells me that members of this group are looking for help to improve the quality, the value, the sellability of whatever coaching program or course, whatever it is that they're selling online. And you can do this as well. You can use this tool inside your Facebook group to extract information about your members so that you can connect with them personally and make them an offer. And let's actually go through the steps of doing this. Taking your good leads inside your group who are engaging, who are revealing something about themselves, and let's actually turn these people into potential customers for you. So I'm going to take this post, and you can see down here there were 155 people who voted on this post. And so these are clearly people who have a program or a course or some sort of education that they sell online. So these are very targeted leads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the URL bar. This is how I do it. I'm going to show you an automated way to turn a post like this from your Facebook group into sales. And then you can do it this automated way if you want, or you can do it manually if you've got the time. I'm going to go and grab this URL. And then I'm going to go over to the tool that I use. It's called Unipro. You can go to unipro.com to find out more about how Unipro works. And what I'm going to do is go down to Contact Lists, click on Manage Lists, and then we're going to create a list of all the people who voted on that poll. So remember, again, these are hot leads who requested to join your Facebook group. They're paying attention because they saw that poll and they actually took the next step of engaging, voting on that poll. So let's go down here and you can see I can make a list from all the voters on a poll. It says add everyone who votes on a poll. And I'm going to call this poll, let's call it voters. And then I'm going to put the URL to that poll and click on load. And what Unipro does now is it goes out and grabs all those voters and puts them onto a custom list so that we can reach out to those leads. And you can see here at Unipro, it went to that poll and it grabbed everyone who voted on that poll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these people and then let me scroll down to the bottom of the list. I've got 152 leads who voted on that poll, and I'm going to go ahead and create that list. And you can see here Unipro comes up with this list, poll voters, 152 leads. And from there, Unipro can send a direct message over in Messenger asking these people a question. Again, here's the strategy for your Facebook group. Let me go back to this poll. Remember, this poll was asking people, how confident are you in your program? Well, I know these people have a program, so I could use Unipro to go and message all 152 of these leads, asking people a question, something like, hey Joe, I saw you voted on my poll. What sort of program are you selling these days? And that allows me to easily strike up conversation with these good quality leads who clearly need help selling their coaching program. And you can do this as well. You can automate the process like I do using Unipro, or you can go over to the posts you make inside your group where your leads are engaging, and one by one, message these people who are engaging on your content. These are your leads who need an outreach from you. That's your strategy. Get your leads into your group, get them to engage, and then outreach to them inside a messenger so that you can make them an offer, give them an opportunity to buy from you. So there you have it. If you're using a Facebook group to make money, those are the steps. Know the purpose of your group. It's to identify your best leads and then to give you a second place where you can nurture those leads. Remember, the content in your group has to be different than your public profile content. It has to be special and it has to go deeper with your good leads. And then third, what's the strategy of your group? Your strategy is to use the group tools Facebook has given us to get your leads to engage inside your Facebook group so that you can strike up a private conversation with them and make them an offer. And that's exactly the strategy I follow inside my Facebook groups, but I do use a secret weapon, and that secret weapon then it is Unipro. Unipro does an amazing job of going out onto Facebook, finding your ideal leads, bringing those leads over into your audience, including your profile and your Facebook group, and then nurturing those leads, making sure that they see your content and engage in your content, and then reaching out to those leads inside the DMs over in Messenger so that you can make them an offer at the time they're most likely to buy from you. Unipro has been a game changer for my business. I know you're going to love it as well. Go over to unipro.com. That's what I've got for you in this video, all about making money from your Facebook group. If this was helpful, give it a like. And if you have any questions about making money from your group, leave those in the comments below. I'm happy to help out. And again, if you're using Facebook to get leads, to nurture those leads, and to make sales, you got to check out Unipro. Go over to unipro.com. It's really going to help you build your business a whole lot faster. Thanks for checking out this video. Can't wait to see you in the next video.